is Leame Vidalos Reyes, and today I will going to tackle about the data privacy and security, understanding personal data protection and online safety. Wherein this lesson will help us to understand how important it is to secure our personal data. It also ensures that our information online is used properly and protected from hackers or anyone trying to take advantage of it. So, in conclusion, data privacy is about protecting our personal information and giving us control over how it is collected, shared, and used. It ensures that organizations handle our data responsibly under the Data Privacy Act of 2012, which is enforced by the National Privacy Commission or the NPC. So, this law gives us the rights like being informed, accessing our data, correcting errors, and deleting or blocking information that violates our privacy. Real cases like the Comelec and PhilHealth data breaches show how serious privacy violations can be. That's why practicing data privacy is important because protecting our data means protecting our identity.
So now, what is data? Data comes in many forms: numbers, text, images, videos, or sound, and it's used everywhere, from schools and businesses to government agencies. For example, Pag-asa uses data to predict typhoons. Shopee analyzes customer data to recommend products, and school tracks students' performance. Data is essential, but it must always be managed and protected responsibly. When we say data privacy, it gives every individual the power to decide who can access their personal data and how it used. When data privacy is protected, people can safely share information online without the fear of being exploited or scammed. The Data Privacy Act of 2012 or the Republic Act 10173, wherein this law requires both government and private organizations to handle personal information responsibly. It enforced by the National Privacy Commission or the NPC, which investigates data privacy violations and ensures that everyone's personal data is kept safe. So, we have two key provisions of Data Privacy Act, the scope and application, and the obligation of organization, wherein these companies and institutions are required to ask permission before collecting data, keep it encrypted and safe, and inform both the NPC and the affected individuals in case of a data breach. They must also have a data protection officer who ensure compliance with privacy laws. So, under the Privacy Act of 2012, individuals must have the following rights. So, under the Data Privacy Act of 2012, individuals must have the following rights. First, right to be informed. Know where your data is collected. Second, right to access. Request your personal data. Third, right to object. Refuse data collection. Fourth, right to rectify. Correct wrong data. Fifth, right to erase or block, as to delete unnecessary or unlawful data. 6. Right to portability. Transfer your data to another service. 7. Right to file complaint. Report violations to NPC. And lastly, right to damages. Seek compensation if harmed. These rights empower you to manage and protect your own information. For example, you can ask how your data is being used, request to correct errors, or have it deleted if it is unlawfully collected. You can also file a complaint with the NPC if your privacy rights are violated or claim compensation if your data is misused. Data Privacy Act of 2012 imposes fines and imprisonment for individuals who commit violations. First, unauthorized processing of data, 500,000 to 2 million fine and 1 to 3 years in jail. Second, improper disposal of data, 500,000 to 2 million fine with 6 months to 2 years in jail. Third, data breach due to negligence, 500,000 to 4 million fine and up to 1 to 3 years in jail. And lastly, the unauthorized access hacking, wherein 500,000 to 4 million fine and 1 to 3 years in jail. Organizations or individuals who process data without consent, dispose of it improperly, or allow data breaches due to negligence can face both fines and jail time. This ensures accountability and discourages anyone from mishandling personal information. GCash is a good real-life example of data privacy cases here in the Philippines, a company that protects its user through multi-factor authentication, which adds extra security. However, large-scale breaches like Commission of Election or the Comelec in 2016, where millions of voter records were leaked, and the 2023 PhilHealth ransomware attack show how serious and dangerous for data protection can be. These cases remind us why data protection is important. One breaches can affect millions. So, in conclusion, data privacy and security remind us that protecting our personal information is our responsibility. By following the Data Privacy Act of 2012, we can stay safe from online threats and ensure our data is used properly. Remember, protecting your data means protecting yourself. Moving on, what is data security? Data security includes all the measures taken to make sure that digital and physical data are secure. Philippines, it is governed by the same Data Privacy Act of 2012. Data security makes sure that our information remains private, correct, and accessible to people. The next is the key principles of data security. The confidentiality, where it ensures that only authorized people can access data. Second, integrity, where it keeps the data accurate and untampered. And last, availability, which is guarantees that information is accessible when needed, like patient records in the hospital during emergencies. These three principles are the foundation of keeping data safe and reliable. The common threats include phishing, ransomware, identity theft, and data breaches. Phishing attacks uses fake emails to steal login details. Ransomware attack lacks files for ransom. Identity theft happens when criminals use someone else's personal data for fraud. Large-scale data breaches like those that hit Comelec and PhilHealth expose millions of records. These threats show why cybersecurity awareness is essential. Good data habits can prevent cyber attack. The best practices for data security for individuals is the use of strong password, enabling multi-factor authentication, and avoiding suspicious links are vital. For businesses, restricting access to sensitive data, conducting regular audits, and teaching employees about cybersecurity greatly reduce risks.
Hi everyone, I am Sheikha Sinur and I will be the next presenter. My topic is about cyberbullying, understanding and addressing the issue. So what is cyberbullying? So in simple meaning, cyberbullying happens when someone uses the internet or digital devices like social media, messages, or emails and or others like for example, sending comments or spreading false rumors about someone on Facebook or TikTok. So there are forms of cyber. First is the harassment. Repeatedly saying, threatening gestures. Like for example, a person calling you are stupid. Someone's spouse. And not to impersonation. You're pretending to be another person online to cause trouble or embarrassment. Creating fake Instagram using another student's name just to post things. And number three is out. Sharing someone's private or embarrassing information without permission. Like for example, posting other person's private photos or secrets on social media. And number four, exclusion. Deliberately leaving someone out of an online group or chat. Like for example, removing a classmate from a group chat just to make them feel unwanted. And number five is cyber stalking. Cyber stalking is repeatedly sending messages or tracking someone online to scare them or control them. For example, someone keeps messaging and following another person's online activities every day, even after being told to stop. And number six is doxing, sharing someone's private details like their address or phone number. So, for example, here is the posting a person's home address on Facebook so that others can harass them. Cyberbullying in the Philippines. So, the cyberbullying is very growing problem in the Philippines. Why? Because many young people use social media platforms like Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter are often used for online bullying. So the government action here is the RA 10627 or the Anti-Bullying Act of 2013. It requires the schools to stop and prevent bullying, including cyberbullying. And the RA 10175 or the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012 punishes online crimes like harassment, identity theft, and cyberbullying. So here's the impact of cyberbullying. First is the emotional distress. Many victims may feel sad, anxious, or worthless. For example, a student being mocked online start feeling lonely and lose their self-confidence. Number two is academic decline. Many victims may lose focus on motivation in school. Like for example, a bullied student stops attending classes or gets low grades due to stress. And number three is self-harm or suicide. Some victims may harm themselves due to emotional pain. Example, the news reports of teens taking their lives because of online bullying. And number four is social isolation. So many victims may avoid people or stop using social media. Like for example, a young person delete their accounts just to escape online bullying. So how to prevent cyberbullying? So for individuals, number one, be mindful of what you share. Don't post private information online. Example, avoid sharing address or school location. And number two, be kind and respectful online. Treat others the way you wanted to be treated. Like for example, think before you comment something mean. And number three, use privacy settings. Control what other can see on your post. Set your accounts to friends only. And number four is report and block bullies. Most app allows you to report and bad behaviors. So you can block someone who keeps sending hateful DMs. And number five, you can reach out for support. Talk to a parent, a teacher, for the schools and organizations. Number one, we can implement anti-bullying policies. Create tools to prevent bullying. Like for example, schools must have written guidelines on how to handle bullying. Number two, we can provide awareness and education. Teach the students and teachers about cyberbullying. Like for example, hold a seminars on responsible internet use. Number three, we can support victims, offer help to those affected. Like for example, a school can provide counseling to bullied students. Number four, we can enforce consequences. Punish bullies according to the rules. Like for example, suspend the students who commit cyberbullying. So the legal framework in the Philippines. Republic Act number 10627, Anti-Bullying Act of 2015, the school must set up reporting procedures, investigate complaints, and help victims and discipline bullies. Example, if a student is cyberbullied, the school must act and protect the victim. Republic Act number 1025, the Cyber Protection Act of 2012, the punishes here is the cyberbullying, then sending harmful or abusive online messages. So the libel here is that posting false statement to ruin someone's name, or identity theft, using someone's personal information without permission. For example, someone who posts fake informations to shame another person online can face jail time. So what to do if you are a victim? Number one, document everything. Take screenshot or save evidence. Example, keep messages or posts that show that bullying. Number two, report the incident. Use report features on social media to tell authorities. Example, report a fake account on Facebook. Number three, seek support. Talk to someone you trust. Example, ask help for a counselor, teacher, or a parent. And number four is legal action. File a case if the bullying continues. Example, the police under the Cybercrime Prevention Act. So for the conclusion, cyberbullying is a very serious problem that affects a person's feelings, studies, and life. Everyone, individuals, schools, and the government must help to stop it. Be kind online, think before you post, and support those who are being bullied. Remember, be kind online, just like a person. Speak up if you see cyberbullying happens. Thank you.
So now, let's discuss digital citizenship, rights and responsibilities of being an informed digital user. What is digital citizenship? So, digital citizenship is the responsible and respectful use of technology, like being a good citizen in the online world. So now let's proceed to the rights of a digital citizen. Means are the freedoms and protection people have while online. The first right is right to privacy. Every digital citizen has the right to control their personal information and decide how it is collected, used, and shared. So now, next is right to free speech and expression. So means digital citizen has the right to express their opinions and belief freely on online platforms. Next is right to access information. Digital citizen has the right to access information, knowledge, and resources available in the internet. Right to safety and security. Digital citizen has the right to be protected from the online threats such as cyberbullying, identity theft, and cyber attacks. Now let's proceed to responsibilities of a digital citizen. Means using technology legally, safely, and respectfully to protect oneself and another online. The first one is responsibility to respect others' rights. Digital citizen must respect the privacy and intellectual property rights of others. Next is responsibility to protect personal information. Digital citizens have the responsibility to safeguard their own data by using secure online platforms. Third one is responsibility to use technology ethically. Digital citizens must use technology responsibly and ethically, avoiding actions that can harm others. Next, let's proceed to digital citizenship in the Philippines. In the Philippines, the need for digital literacy and citizenship is increasingly important as more people gain access to the internet and social media platforms. The government has implemented several laws to promote safe, ethical, and responsible use of digital technologies. So the first law is Republic Act number 10627 or Anti-Bullying Act of 2013. This act mandates the development of anti-bullying policies in schools, including measures to prevent cyberbullying. Next is Republic Act number 10175 or Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012 addresses crime committed through the internet such as hacking, online harassment, and identity theft. Third one is Republic Act 10973 or National Privacy Commission enforces the protection of personal data through the Data Privacy Act of 2012, ensuring privacy and security for Filipinos' digital citizens. The conclusion, digital citizenship is about more than just using technology. It involves being an informed, ethical, and responsible participants in the digital world. By recognizing both our rights and responsibilities as digital citizens, we can help create a safe, respectful, and inclusive online environment for everyone. Whether it's protecting our own privacy, respecting others' opinions, or using technology to benefit society, responsible digital citizenship is key to fostering a positive and productive digital community. That's all. Thank you.
So let's proceed to the lesson 4. Copyright and Intellectual property. Respecting ownership and avoiding plagiarism. What is copyright and intellectual property? Copyright and intellectual property or IP are legal concepts designed to protect the rights of creators and owners of original works. These laws ensure that creators can control the use of creation, whether it be art, literature, invention, or other forms of intellectual creation. Understanding and respecting these concepts is essential for individuals in the digital age, where content is easily shared and copied. Copyright refers to the legal right granted to the creators of original works to protect their creations from unauthorized use, reproduction, or distribution. Copyright applies to a wide range of works including literary, musical, artistic, and dramatic works, as well as films, computer programs, and other digital contents. So let's proceed to the key aspects of copyrights. There are four. The number one is automatic protection. Copyright is granted automatically to creators of original works when the work is created and fixed in a tangible medium. For example, when a writer finishes a novel or an artist paints a picture, they immediately have copyright protection over their work. Number two is duration of copyright. In most countries, including the Philippines, copyright lasts for the life of the creator plus 50 years for literary, artistic, and musical works. For works made for hire or anonymous works, copyright may last for 50 years to 70 years depending on the jurisdiction. So, next is number 3, exclusive rights. So, exclusive rights, copyright gives the creator exclusive rights to reproduce the work, distribute copies of the work, perform or display the work publicly, and lastly, create derivative works. The last number is the number 4, fair use. In some cases, the use of copyrighted material is allowed without the permission of the copyright owner. Under the principle of fair use, this applies to specific uses such as commentary, criticism, news reporting, teaching, or research. However, fair use is subject to legal interpretation and values by jurisdiction.
Good day, everyone. This is Cynthia Salvador reporting. Our topic for today is copyright and intellectual property, respecting ownership and avoiding plagiarism. In our digital world, it's easy to copy and share content. But we have to remember, every work, idea, or creation belongs to someone. That's why it's important to understand what copyright and intellectual property mean. So, what is intellectual property? Intellectual property or IP, it gives legal rights to people for their original creations or inventions. It protects their works so that others can copy, sell, or use it without permission. So like for example, if a student creates an original artwork for a school contents, that drawing belongs to the students. If another person copies it and claims it as their own, that's stealing someone's intellectual property. Types of intellectual property. The first one is copyright. A copyright protects original works like stories, songs, videos, and artwork. Like for example, imagine you made a short film for your project. If someone uploads your video on social media and say it's theirs, that's a copyright violation because you are the real owner. So the second is the patent. A patent protects invention or new products so others can't make or sell them without permission. So like for example, if a person invent a new kind of eco-friendly water filter, they can apply for a patent. That means only they can produce or sell it for a certain number of years. Others must ask permission or pay to use it. So the third is the trademark. A trademark protects brand names, logos, or slogans that represent a company. So like for example, when we see the Jollibee logo or the Nike check mark, we immediately know the brand. That trademark protection, no other business can use the same logo or name because it represents that specific company. So the fourth is the trade secret. A trade secret protects private business information that gives a company an advantage. So like for example, the exact recipe for Coca-Cola is a trade secret. It's not shared with the public because that secret formula makes their product special. If another company steal it, that's a violation of trade secret laws. So next is respecting ownership and avoiding plagiarism. So plagiarism happens when someone uses another person's words, ideas, or work, and it pretends it's their own. So it's very dishonest and disrespectful. So to avoid plagiarism, here are the 5 easy and correct ways. The first is proper citation and attribution. Always mention the name of the author or source when using their idea. So like for example, if you use a line from a book, say the author's name and the page number. Second, use of quotation marks for direct quotes. If you use exact words, put them in quotation marks. So the symbols are called quotation marks. We use them when we copy someone's exact words. So this shows that the words are not ours and that we respect the real author or speaker. For example, Jose Rizal once said, "Education is the key to success." Here we use quotation marks because those are Rizal's exact words. Third is paraphrasing and summarizing with attribution. Use your own words but still give credit. So like for example, Rizal believed that education helps build a better nation. Fourth is using public domain and open access resources. Use materials that are free and allowed for everyone. So like for example, when making a report, you can use photos from Pexels or Unsplash because they're free to use. The 5 is seeking permission to use copyrighted works. So if you want to use someone's work, always ask permission. Example, if you're making a vlog and you want to include a popular song, message the song's owner or use a royalty-free one instead. Next is legal protections and consequences of violating copyright and IP laws. Breaking copyright and intellectual property laws can cause a serious problem. That's why we should always respect other people's work. The first one is monetary penalties. This means you might need to pay money as punishment. If you use or copy someone's work without permission, you can be asked to pay a fine or give money to the real owner. So like for example, if you copy and sell someone else's artwork or design, you might have to pay them a big amount of money. The second is criminal charges. This means you can get in trouble with the law or even go to jail. Copying or selling someone's work, like movies or songs, without permission against the law. Example, like when people sell pirated CDs or download illegal movies. or even go to jail. Copying or selling someone's work, like movies or songs, without permission is against the law. Example, like when people sell pirated CDs or download illegal movies, they can be arrested by the police. The third is reputation damage. This means people might lose respect or trust in you. When others find out you copy their work, they might think you're dishonest and it can hurt your image as a student or worker. Like for instance, if a student submit a project copied from the internet, teachers may lose trust and give a failing grade. The fourth is loss of access. This means you can lose your account or the right to use an online platform. Website or apps can remove or ban your account if you keep breaking copyright rules. So like for example, if a YouTuber keeps using songs that belongs to others without permission, YouTube can delete their videos or even their whole channel. Respecting copyright and intellectual property is not only about following the law. It's about respecting other people's hard work and creativity. So when we give a credit, ask permission, and avoid plagiarism. So we show honesty, respect, and responsibility as students and digital users. So this is Cynthia Salvador reporting. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Good day everyone, I am Bernadette Arquebach, and so today we're diving into a critical topic for a digital age, which is responsible social media use with the internet's ever-growing influence. It's more important than ever to navigate these platforms safely and ethically. So, responsible social media use means engaging with digital platforms in a way that promotes positivity, respect, and ethical behavior. It's about being aware of consequences of your online actions, from the content you share to how you interact with others. One of the biggest challenges today is avoiding misinformation. So, misinformation is false or inaccurate information that's spread regardless of intent. It can include rumors, unverified news, and misleading claims. Why is misinformation such a problem? Well, it can lead to the spread of false beliefs, damage reputation, and undermine public trust. So, how do we avoid falling victim to misinformation? Here are the few key steps. First, verify your source. Make sure you're getting your information from reputable news outlets, academic institutions, or experts in the field. Next, cross-check information. If multiple credible sources report the same information, it's more likely to be accurate. Next, be skeptical or sensational headlines. Misinformation often comes with emotional headlines designed to provoke a strong reaction. If a headline seems too shocking, take time to evaluate the content carefully. Next, use fact-checking websites and tools to confirm that accuracy of information. Websites like Snopes and fact-check organizations specialize in debunking myths and false claims. And finally, always think before you share. If you're unsure about the authenticity of something, avoid sharing it. Now, let's talk about managing your digital footprint. Your digital footprint is the trail of data you leave behind as you interact with the internet. It includes everything from your social media posts to the website you visit. Managing your digital footprints is crucial because it's impact your online reputation, privacy, and even your employment opportunities. So, how can you manage your digital footprints effectively? First, think before you post. Consider how your post might affect your reputation or others. Avoid posting anything inappropriate, offensive, or harmful. Second, review your privacy settings. Social media platforms allow you to control who can see your posts. Set your privacy setting to limit access to your personal content. Third, regularly audit your online presence. Search for your name on search engines to see what others can find about you. Delete old posts or ask others to remove content that is inappropriate. Fourth, be careful about geotagging. Geotagging allows social media platforms to share your exact location. Turn off location tagging or limit its use to protect your privacy. Fifth, engage positively and professionally. Social media can be a great tool for networking and sharing positive content. Avoid participating in online arguments, trolling, or cyberbullying. In conclusion, responsible social media use is about being mindful of the information we consume and share, as well as managing our digital footprints. By following these guidelines, we can all contribute to a safer, more informed online environment.
Hello everyone and welcome to Lesson 7, which is Cybersecurity Threats and Prevention, recognizing phishing, malware, and secure browsing habits. In today's digital world, we rely on technology more than ever for school, work, banking, shopping, and communication. But with this convenience comes risk. That's why cybersecurity is so important. But first, what is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity is the practice of protecting systems, networks, and data from attacks or unauthorized access. It's all about keeping our personal, financial, and sensitive information safe from cybercriminals who try to steal or misuse it. Without cybersecurity, we would be vulnerable to all kinds of online dangers, from stolen identities to hack accounts and financial loss. Now, let's look at some of the most common cyber threats you should be aware of, which are phishing, malware, and unsafe browsing practices. First, phishing. Phishing is one of the most common online scams. It's when attackers try to trick you into giving away your personal information like your username, password, or credit card number by pretending to be someone you trust. For example, you might receive an email that looks like it's from your bank or an online store, and it might say, "Your account has been compromised. Click here to verify your details." But once you click the link, you're sent to a fake website that steals your information. How to recognize phishing? Here are some warning signs. First is suspicious sender. The email address might look almost right but not quite. For example, support@paypal1@.com instead of support@paypal.com. Second is urgent or threatening language. Messages that say things like, "Act now or your account will be suspended." Third is unusual links. Hover over links before clicking. If the address looks strange, don't click it. Fourth is poor grammar or spelling, because many phishing emails contain small mistakes. And lastly is unexpected attachments. Never download files from unknown senders. How to prevent phishing? First is verify the source before giving personal info. Second is use multi-factor authentication or MFA for extra security. And lastly, don't click on unknown links. Type the website's address directly into your browser instead. Next, let's talk about malware, short for malicious software. This is any program designed to damage, steal, or exploit data on your computer or device. There are different types of malware such as viruses, worms, trojans, ransomware, and lastly, spyware. How malware works. Malware often hides in email attachments, infected websites, or fake software downloads. Once installed, it can slow down your device, steal information, or even control your computer. So, how to prevent malware?
Install reputable antivirus software and keep it updated. Next is avoid suspicious downloads and emails from unknown sources. Third, update your system regularly to fix security weaknesses. And lastly, back up your important files often, especially in case of ransomware attacks. Next, we have secure browsing habits. Even with antivirus protection, safe browsing habits are key to preventing cyber threats. Here are some best practices for secure browsing. First is use HTTPS websites. Look for the padlock icon in the address bar. It means your connection is encrypted and secure. Second is create strong and unique passwords. Mix uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and symbols, and never reuse the same password across accounts. A password manager can help you remember them. Third, enable two-factor authentication or 2FA. This adds a second step to logging in, like entering a code into your phone. Fourth, avoid public Wi-Fi for sensitive activities. Hackers can easily spy on public networks. If you must use one, connect through VPN or virtual private network. Fifth is clear browser cache and cookies regularly to remove tracking data. 6. Keep your browser and extensions updated. Outdated software can contain security holes. Lastly, be cautious with browser extensions. Only install from trusted sources and review the permissions they ask for. In summary, cybersecurity is everyone's responsibility. Phishing, malware, and unsafe browsing are real dangers. But by staying informed and cautious, you can protect yourself and your data. Remember, think before you click, keep your software up to date, and use strong passwords and multi-factor authentication. With these habits, you're not just protecting your own information, you're helping make the internet a safer place for everyone.
Hi everyone, my name is Nafal Jane Yuras. Today I will going to report my part, the lesson 8. Academic integrity is an ethical code of conduct in education that requires honesty, fairness, and responsibility in all academic work, including digital submissions, the use of information in communication technology. Poses unique challenges to this code, increasing opportunities for plagiarism, cheating on online assessments, contract cheating, banned unauthorized collaboration. Promoting academic integrity in this digital age involves using ICT tools and practice to prevent cheating and ensure originality in student work. What is the challenges in the digital age? Digital age is technology increase access to information but also raises risk or dishonest practices like cheating, plagiarism, and unauthorized use of digital materials. Common threats to academic integrity, we have 5. Number 1, plagiarism is presenting someone else's words, ideas, or work as your own without giving them proper assessments, using unauthorized resources, collaborating and others, or obtaining answers from websites or focus during exams and assignments. Number 3, we have contract cheating. Hiring someone else to complete assignments, exams, or other academic work on behalf of the student. Number 4, fabrication, falsifying data, citations, or research results in digital submissions to mislead others about the authenticity of work. The last one, we have collaboration in unauthorized forms, working together on individual assignments or assessments where collaboration is not permitted. Plagiarism detection software. Tools like Turnitin, Grammarly, and Copyscape help educators check for copied content in student submissions. Both educators and students can use their tools effectively by setting clear guidelines and checking work for originally. 2. Secure online assessment platforms. These platforms minimize cheating in online exams through features like time time exams, randomized questions, factoring tools, and browsers lockdown. Number 3, proper citation and referencing. Using tools like Zotero, Mendeley, and EasyBib can help students cite sources accurately and avoid plagiarism. Number 4, foster a culture of academic integrity, educating students about the importance of honesty and the consequences of cheating through workshops, clear policies, and digital literacy programs is key. Number 5, we have encourage originality. Creative assignments like project-based learning, digital portfolios, and interactive assessments can reduce the temptation to cheat by promoting original thinking and showcasing unique perspectives. For conclusion, ICT plays a vital role in both the promotion of academic integrity and the prevention of academic dishonesty by leveraging tools such as plagiarism detection software, secure online assessment platforms, citation management tools, and fostering a culture of integrity. Educators and students can ensure that academic work remains original, fair, and honest. It is essential for both educators and students to understand and embrace the importance of academic integrity in the digital age to maintain the value of education and the credibility of academic qualification.
Now we're discussing the green ICT practices, sustainable and environmentally friendly technology use. So what is green ICT? Green ICT, or the information and communication technology, it refers to the practice of designing, using, and disposing of technological devices responsibly to reduce environmental impact. It focuses on saving energy, minimizing electronic waste, and promoting sustainability throughout the product's life cycle. With the rapid growth of technology, green ICT plays an important role in protecting the environment while supporting technological progress. Goal is to minimize the negative environmental impact of ICT by reducing energy consumption, lowering electronic waste, and promoting sustainable practices throughout the life cycle of technology. Green ICT is essential for fostering sustainability in addressing the environmental challenges posed by the rapid growth of technology usage globally. So why is green ICT important?
First is the environmental impact of ICT. The ICT sector contributes significantly to carbon emissions and resource depletion. Data centers, computers, mobile devices, and other technology components consume the large amounts of energy, while the manufacturing and disposal of electronic devices contribute to the pollution and waste. Like for example, is a typical data center can consume as much energy as a small city, primarily for cooling systems and servers. Second one is the e-waste problem. Electronic waste or e-waste is one of the fastest growing waste stream in the world. Improper disposal of old electronic leads to the release of toxic materials such as lead, mercury, and cadmium, which can contaminate water and soil. Example is the improper disposal of old smartphones, computers, and television can lead to harmful environmental and health effects. The third one is the energy consumption. So with the increasing use of devices and the expansion of the Internet of Things or IoT, energy consumption in ICT has become a major concern. Inefficient technologies can consume large amounts of electricity, contributing to the increased carbon footprints. Like for example, is streaming high-definition videos on multiple devices can result in significant energy consumption, especially if the devices are not energy efficient. Fourth is the resource depletion. The production of ICT devices requires raw materials, including metals like gold, copper, and rare earth elements. The extraction of these materials can lead to habitat destruction, water pollution, and human rights violation. Like for example, is the mining of materials used in smartphones and laptops can have serious environmental consequences, including the deforestation and disruption of local ecosystems. So the following are the main green ICT practices that help achieve these goals. First is the energy efficiency. Energy efficient devices using computers, servers, and other devices that consume less power while providing the same performance is a fundamental practice in green ICT. Like for example is replacing old computers with energy star-rated models that consume less energy can help reduce an organization's carbon footprint. Data centers, designing and operating data centers that are energy efficient by using technologies such as virtualization, liquid cooling, and renewable energy sources. Like for example is the Google data centers are known for being some of the most energy efficient in the world using renewable energy sources like wind and solar power. Second one is the e-waste management. So recycling old electronics properly is a crucial to reducing e-waste. Electronics contain valuable materials like gold, silver, and copper, which can be reclaimed and reused. Like for example is many companies offer take-back programs where consumers can return old electronics. Responsible disposal. So ensuring that all devices are disposed of in an environmentally responsible way. So following the regulations that prevent harmful substances from entering landfills. So like for example is the Philippines has a waste electrical and electronic equipment or WEE or the policy which mandates proper disposal and recycling of e-waste. Third one is the cloud computing. So server consolidation or cloud computing allows organizations to centralize their data storage and reduce the number of physical servers needed, which can help lower energy consumption. Like for example is by using cloud services, businesses can eliminate the need for their own data centers, leading to the energy savings and reduce hardware waste. So environmental benefits. So the cloud services often run on data centers that are optimized for energy efficiency and are powered by renewable energy sources. Like for example is the Amazon Web Services or the AWS and Microsoft Azure have committed to running their data centers on renewable energy. So the fourth one is the green procurement. So the eco-friendly devices, organizations should prioritize purchasing energy-efficient devices such as computers, printers, and servers that are certified with energy efficiency. Labels like the Energy Star or EPIT or the Electronic Product Environmental Assessment Tool. So like for example is a company might choose to buy laptops made from recyclable materials or those with long-lasting battery life to reduce energy consumption and waste. Fifth is the virtualization, reducing hardware footprints. So virtualization involves running multiple virtual machines or VMS on a single physical server, which optimize the use of hardware resources, reducing the need for additional servers and decreasing energy consumption. Like for examples is by consolidating physical servers into fewer virtualized servers. So companies can reduce energy costs and their environmental footprints. The sixth is the sustainable software development. So energy efficient coding or software developers can create applications that optimize resource use and reduce the power consumptions of devices. Like for example is a developer may create a mobile app that uses minimal processing power, reducing the battery drain and conserving energy on smartphones. The seventh is the promoting telecommuting or reducing carbon emissions. So encouraging remote work through digital tools and communication platforms can reduce the needs for employees to commute, which decreases the transportation's related emissions. So, like for examples is the companies like IBM have adopted telecommunicating or telecommuting practices to reduce office space energy use and minimize the environmental impact for employee travel. So, the benefits of green ICT. The first one benefit is the cost saving. So, energy efficient devices and practices often lead to lower operational costs. Companies can save money on electrical bills to reduce the needs for frequent hardware, so upgrades and avoid costly fines for improper e-waste disposal. Like for example is by adopting cloud computing and reducing the number of physical server. So a company can save significantly on electricity and maintenance costs. So the second one is the environmental impact. So by adopting green ICT practices, organizations and individuals contribute to the reductions of carbon footprints, minimize the harmful effect of e-waste, and preserve the natural resources. Like for example is the use of renewable energy in a powering ICT infrastructure can significantly reduce greenhouse gas emission. Third one is the corporate social responsibility or CSR. So companies that adopt green ICT practices can exchange the public image and demonstrate their commitment to the sustainability and corporate social responsibility. So this can attract eco-conscious customers and investors. Like for example is the companies like Apple and Google market themselves as leaders in sustainability by using renewable energy in their operations and promoting the use of recycled materials in their products. Fourth is the compliance with regulations. Governments and international bodies are increasingly introducing regulations that require businesses to implement environmentally friendly practices. So adopting green ICT ensure compliance with this regulation. Like for example is the European Union and Co-Design Directive mandates energy efficiency standards for the ICT products, and companies that comply with these standards avoid penalties and ensure they stay ahead of the regulatory curve. So these are the benefits of green ICT. So green ICT reduces emissions, save costs, boost reputations, improve culture, and encourage sustainable design. For our conclusion is green ICT practices are crucial for ensuring that technological advancements we rely on today do not come at the expense of the planet's future. So by adopting energy efficient devices, practicing proper e-waste management, leveraging cloud computing, and promoting sustainable software development, we can reduce the environmental impact of ICT while promoting the sustainability. As both individuals and organizations embracing these practices not only benefits the environment but also leads to cost savings, enhanced reputations, and greater compliance with regulatory requirements. Through responsible use of technology, we can foster a more sustainable and eco-friendly digital future.